Hey out there. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. We made it through 2020 and this year is going to be amazing. Amazing. I hope you guys had an awesome New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We went down to Atlantic City, Diane and I. We made reservations a couple weeks ago. Had a nice Italian meal. Matter of fact, Diane said it might have been her best meal ever. I was kind of pushing it, but anyway, it was good food. Gambled a little bit. They always make you feel important down there. Hard Rock. While we were down there, give you a little insight what it's like to be married to Harry. Go down there to gamble and eat good and take walks on the boardwalk and, you know, all the other stuff that comes along with Atlantic City. Take advantage of all that. But while we're down there, you know what Harry's doing. Looking up real estate. So I see some ads that catch my eye. Make a couple phone calls. And the one realtor I spoke to, he was awesome. He gave me like the straight skinny on this property. Like a lot of times I'll get the runaround with, you know, they're trying to inflate the price or make it sound good. And this guy wasn't like that. He was a straight shooter. So that's what made me think about this topic today. If you want to get into real estate investing, but don't want to be a landlord, I have an option for you. Before we do that though, let me tell you a little bit about Atlantic City, because we won a little bit. So we're staying at the Hard Rock. We wake up on New Year's Day, Friday, and we like to get out. So we took a nice walk on the boardwalk, and then we had some free money coming to us over at Harrah's. So we took a ride over to Harrah's. It didn't work out that well at Harrah's. So as we were leaving, we were going to go over to the Borgata and, you know, just kind of take our time during the day. Diane said, I got a feeling about Caesars. Let's go over to Caesars. I don't know about Caesars, but all right, let's go. So we go over to Caesars, and 5 minutes later, let me show you. I took a picture. So I hit that, and you know what that pays? Oh, no, not that one. 2,000. Little jackpot. It was awesome. I really love it when Diane has these feelings, and they come through. All right, so I really like going to Atlantic City, but I love real estate. So while I'm down there, before we go over and we hit that little jackpot, we're already having a good time. I called the realtor. He gave me the straight skinny on this property. It was owner financing, and the owner was going to hold a note, 25-year note at 6.99% interest. I had already run the numbers before I called the realtor as far as what the taxes were, and I just needed information as far as what's the rent on the property, and he gave me a whole bunch of insight. He told me it was overpriced, the property, instead of like $90,000 that they wanted. He said, you know, if you got that property and it needs some fix-ups, you could probably get it for $40,000. See, I've been interested in Atlantic City. I just don't know enough about that area to actually pull the trigger and get something. It's like so enticing, the low prices. However, I don't know if Atlantic City's coming back or not. So between that and the distance it is from the house, I've never pulled the trigger on it. Anyway, let me get back to the topic. So I'm talking to this guy, he's a straight shooter. I really enjoy talking to him. Matter of fact, if I'm going to buy property down there, I'm going back through him. It made me think of this topic. I thought about this topic a while ago, but after I spoke to him, it really kind of solidified it. I have some people out there. As a matter of fact, I spoke to somebody last Wednesday about that triplex, and I said, here's the deal. It's awesome. You're going to have like $1,800 a month positive cash flow. No money out of your pocket. And he said to me, yeah, but what happens if something breaks in there? Do I have to go over? So $1,800 wasn't enough to drive him into getting this property with zero money out of pocket. First thing he thought of was, what if the heater goes? I got to go over there? Well, yeah, that comes with the territory. However, in that kind of situation, I even said I'd buy it off him right after he... Anyway, let's make a long story short. Here's another way to go about buying property and then not having to worry about going over when the heater breaks or the roof is leaking or something like that. You could sell it, and you could be considered the bank. Hence, what do I want to be when I grow up? A bank. So I really thought about this topic I guess about 2 weeks ago, because I got this email. It was from a credit union that I've dealt with before. And they said, Harry, special deal just for you. We're going to pay you 0.56% interest on a CD, certificate of deposit, if you give us at least $10,000 and give it to us for a minimum of 24 months. This is a special deal just for you, Harry. I was going to do a video where I made believe I called up the bank and I said, yo, I received an offensive email. Let me tell you a little bit about it. You're offering me 0.56% on a minimum deposit of $10,000? That's offensive. And then the guy said on the other side of the line, he says, what do you mean? What's offensive about that? I said, who would give you their money for 0.56% interest? He said, oh, a lot of people are doing that. And I'm thinking to myself, I want to be a bank. So they give out 0.56% interest when you give them money, and then when you go and you want to borrow money, they're like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to need your DNA. I'm going to need this long application. I'm going to need you to secure the loan, and then maybe I'll give you 9% interest. Okay, now that I groveled, please let me have the money. I think if you guys watched any of my previous videos, you would know that I am not a big fan of people taking advantage of people. I'm all about win-win situations, respecting the buyers and sellers and everybody else during a real estate transaction. It's the only way that I'm successful, and it's the only way I'll do business. So, taking advantage of people is bad. You know that. I know that. Taking advantage of banks is good. Yeah, it's good. It still sounds weird, like still sounds negative. However, in that particular example that I just gave you about the credit union offering me 0.56% like it was a special, what do they usually offer people? Like 0.001? Anyway, instead of getting mad at this credit union for offering me such a ridiculously low amount of money, maybe they have something that I could take advantage of. And in this case, they do. That same credit union has this HELOC program, home equity line of credit, that you could put on your house. They go up to 100% of the value of your house. They don't charge you any fees. They don't even charge you for the appraisal. That's a product that's like rare out there. So I don't want to like make this bank my enemy. Instead, I want to take advantage of it. What products do they have that are good for me? And then I'll use them. So I'm going to give you a brief summary of what's involved. I'm not going to give you all the details with the numbers and stuff. You're going to have to just either run the numbers yourself or ask me down below. I'll run the numbers for you. But I want to give you at least the meat and potatoes of what's going on here. It's owner financing. So let's say you have a property. Owner financing. As this kind of a situation is perfect in this environment. With these interest rates, I'm refinancing my primary house tonight. I think I'm getting 2.375% with 0 points. Who ever heard of that, 2.375%? But let's say you go out and you buy an investment property and you get 2.75%. You come out of pocket with 20% down or something like that. With today's interest rate at 2.75%, let's say 2 years from now or so, or whenever the interest rates are going up, this is even going to be more favorable. So, a couple different things. Let me get back to the conversation I had with my friend that would not want to go for that property because he wouldn't want to have to go over there when there was a leaky roof or something. This is for someone that doesn't want to be a landlord. You have a piece of property and you sell it to somebody and you act as the, yep, say it with me, the bank. You act as the bank. So let's say you get 2.75% interest on this house. $200,000 house. That's what the value is, $200,000. It's not uncommon to charge a little bit above, get a little bit above the actual value on this house, because typically people are coming in to buy this house that won't qualify for a mortgage. So it's not like you're taking advantage of them, but you are providing a service to them. So let's say your $200,000 house, you ask for $210,000. and you ask for at least 10% down. If you can get 20% down, even better. Any interest rate is, I don't know, let's say 5 or 6%. You charge a higher rate than what you have on there. Every month, the spread between what you owe on the property, paying the lower interest rate, and what the new buyers are paying you, the spread gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Again, I'm not going into details of all the nuts and bolts, but if you are interested, I got all the nuts and bolts for you. The buyer actually owns it. Yes, you're acting as the bank, just like as if you have a mortgage on your house and you're paying Chase Bank, you're going to be like Chase Bank. They own it. You don't have to go out there to repair the roof or the heater when it goes. You don't usually make as much money doing it this way, but it does alleviate that kind of, I guess, frustrating part of the business. You make money every month. You're not gonna do this unless you're making some money each month. So your spread gets bigger between the equity that you're building up and the equity that they're building up. And the docs are done in your favor. What do I mean by that? That means that you're going to have your lawyer prepare them and you're going to be protected in case something happens and you have to eventually go and foreclose on them. So 2021 is going to be the best year ever for you and for me. Got to figure out what are some reasons that are holding us back versus excuses. And to let you know, I'm always right here. Hey, Harry, I got a quick question. Hey, Harry, I got this deal. Hey, Harry, you forgot to mention, hey, Harry, you know that video? I didn't really like that video. Everyone can do this, but only a few will. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the risk, I'm not sure. But anyway, you got a friend in Harry. Ask questions. Give me some comments. Call me up. Read up on some books. All right, until next time.